Yo, what's up guys, JC here, and today we got a brand new video for you guys. We are back with a patch notes video about 7.3. Fortnite just released their update today, and I'm going to go over the patch notes with you guys. So if you do like this video, make sure you guys leave a like. If you are new, make sure you guys subscribe, and I'm going to give 3 shout outs to 3 different people. If you guys do put in the comments liked and subs, today's video winners are these people on screen right now. So all you got to do is type liked and subbed into the chat, and you have a chance of being on one of these videos. And also guys, if you have not already, make sure you guys go to the item shop down at the bottom right, click support a creator, type JCisGaming just like this, and you'll be able to support me while you buy skins and all that sort of stuff. So that's going to be it for my little sellout portion of the video. So let's get into the patch notes. So right off the bat, we have the battle royale. What's new? The big thing in this update is the chiller grenade. Warning, may cause cold toes. Chill your enemies to the core with this new item. It's a blast. So looks pretty incredible, looks pretty sweet. I really like how the grenade actually looks like a little snowman, so that's also really cool. So let's move on to another thing, mobile controller support. So all you mobile players, this is for you. Bluetooth controller support has arrived in mobile on supported devices. Drop in and earn a victory in a whole new way. So all the people that are on mobile, you would not be able to play with a controller. So congratulations, you'll be able to compete with the big boys on PC and console, hopefully. So that's good for the mobile side of Fortnite. So let's keep scrolling down. Next, we have the limited time mode, Solid Gold. Now, I'm super psyched about this. Solid Gold is one of my favorite, and I mean favorite game modes in Fortnite. It was one of the first game modes that I played, one of the LTMs I played on Fortnite ever, and I loved it, so I'm so glad it is back. So let's just read this summary. All things that glitter are gold in this limited time mode. All weapons spawn are legendary with increased material gathering. Drop in now and earn that victory royale. So I'm super psyched about this. It's just, I'm so glad it's back. So let's look at the mode details. All weapon drops are legendary. Increased amount of materials received from gathering. So we already know a little bit about Solid Gold before, but I am glad it is back. So let's move on to weapons and items, one of the biggest things in these updates. So right off the bat, we do have the chiller grenade. The chiller grenade will knock players back, causing them to slide across the ground. So that's kind of making me think that it's going to be like a impulse grenade, except it adds the freeze trap ice to your feet. So I did find it in this gameplay behind you. You should be able to see it later on in the gameplay. I do try it on myself, and yeah, it is about an impulse that puts ice on your feet so you slide around. Next, we have allies, enemies, and vehicles hit with the chiller grenade will slip around with icy feet / wheels for a duration of 7 seconds. So 7 seconds, that's actually a decent while, so that's interesting. I'm not totally sure how that's going to work in game, if that's going to be too long or too short, but I guess that is a good starting time. So it drops in stacks of 3, and then it has a maximum stack size of 6, which is pretty normal in Fortnite. It's kind of like the stink bombs, so that kind of makes sense. Next off, it's the common rarity, so it looks like this is going to be pretty easy to find. It can be found on floor loots and vending machines, so that's really interesting, and it'll actually be in vending machines. But since it is a common rarity, it should be pretty easy to find these around the map. Next up, we have the Cozy Campfire updated visuals. We've updated the visual effects of cozy campfires to be more clearly indicated when a campfire is in use or burnt out. So that's interesting. I never really got confused if a campfire was used or burnt out. It didn't seem like it was too much of a problem, but I have seen cozy campfires around the map that actually look like they could get light on fire. I don't know if they're gonna be adding that soon. I'm not totally sure, but good update in the visual aspect. Next up is really interesting to me, the vaulted and unvaulted items in this game. They seem to vault and unvault items so quickly in this game, it's hard to keep track. So today they vaulted the bolt action sniper rifle, the burst rifle, heavy shotgun, and SMG, common, uncommon, and rare. That's a big one just because the bolt action sniper, that's been in since day one. That's been in for day one, and it's kind of sad to see it leave for a little bit, but I'm sure it'll be back. Burst rifle, I'm not too sad about, just I don't really use it much. I usually use the SCAR or the silent SCAR. Heavy shotgun, I'm a little salty about. I think they should have kept that in. I don't really know. There's only 2 types of shotguns now, pump and tac. So I don't really know why they would get rid of the heavy, but I guess it had to be done. The SMG was vaulted as well. I don't really use SMGs that much in this game. I probably should, but it doesn't really make too much difference for me. So unvaulted, the suppressed SMG is back. That's probably why they did vault the SMG in the first place, because the suppressed one is back with the common, uncommon, and rare versions of that. Next up, we have the reduced drop chance of dual pistols from floor loot from 2.24% to 1.38%. So it's going to be a little bit harder to find these dual pistols, but they'll still be on the map, and pretty easy to find. Next up, we do have some bug fixes. We have balloons no longer collide with vehicles. This resolves an issue where vehicles could be damaged while using balloons while on a vehicle. Never really had that problem, but I'm glad it is fixed. Next up, we're going to probably the second best thing in these updates are gameplay fixes. First up, we have memory and network optimized for apples and mushrooms. Pretty cool. I have had some problems with those before. So next up, Fortnite added unique vehicle specific messages in the feed when players eliminated or down. So it looks like if you do die on a quad crasher, it'll say that you've died on a quad crasher. If you die on a plane, it'll say that you've died on a plane. So I guess that's good. So you kind of know what is going on in the kill feed. So that is a good addition to the game. Next up, we have edit delay, which is a big thing for a lot of people. We have re-enabled client-side editing improvements, which is awesome because I know a lot of people were complaining about them going back to a little bit of a delay, and it looks like they were turned off in 7.20 due to an input bug that they were causing. So it looks like Fortnite didn't want to change it, but they did, so I guess that's not a problem. Another thing on gameplay, they fixed a bunch of things. Looks like they fixed the boogie bombs not infecting players that are wearing a sneaky snowman when struck on exposed legs/feet. They also fixed sneaky snowman's last charge breaking away after applying if another sneaky snowman is present in a different inventory slot. So it looks like they did fix a lot of sneaky snowman bugs, which is always good. Next up, they fixed an issue where the gliders would auto redeploy closer to the ground than expected when holding glider redeploy from the bus. Interesting. I never had that issue, but glad it's fixed as well. Fixing the X4 Stormwing's health bar occasionally not displaying. I've had that happen to me before. I'm glad it's fixed. Fixed an issue where players could get stuck in a sneaky snowman if it landed next to them. I did see a lot of people glitching with this, so I'm glad they fixed this glitch. And then the next two things are really interesting. Increase the amount of materials gained from looting chests and floor loot from 20 to 30. So if you open up a chest and there's some wood or brick, it'll be 30 instead of 20, which is interesting. So there's gonna be a lot more materials going around the game than usual. Also, they increased the number of materials received from supply drops from 40 to 60, so that's a 20 increase as well. So moving on, there are a ton of bug fixes. Read down these really quick. Aim assist now targets enemies on vehicles rather than the base of the vehicle they are occupying. So if you're shooting at somebody that is on a vehicle, your aim assist should help you focus your aim on the person instead of the vehicle itself. Quickly switching to traps and weapons on gamepads no longer cause players to shoot or swing pickaxes. This happens to me a lot. I am glad they fixed it. Supply drops balloons now take environmental damage, including damage from explosives or biplane guns, which is super interesting. So now you can shoot down supply drops with planes, which should be a lot easier to get them down to the ground. Fix instances of free wall piece showing at placeables but not building. I've had that happen. Glad it's fixed. Fix player cameras from becoming distorted when another player enters a zip line. I've also had that happen. Fix an issue where the magnet on the zip line could be invisible on use. This has happened to me a lot. I don't know why it's happening, but I am glad Epic fixed that. Looks like they fixed the issue where boost visual effects could appear while operating a vehicle near a zip line. Players can now properly progress through and complete week 4, use a X4 storm ring, playing in different matches, challenges. I do remember when that challenge was like messed up or something, so I'm glad it is fixed. Screen no longer shakes uncontrollably after walking on icy surfaces. That's a big one. I've had this happen to me multiple games and completely make me not be able to jump or anything, so I'm glad they fixed that one for sure. Players will no longer lose the ability to turn the X4 storm ring after hitting terrain and structures. So next we have the playgrounds. The guided missile has been removed, and the spiky stadiums have been removed from supply drops. So let's move over to events. New tournament added Architect Pop-Up Cup, solo, duos, and squads. So it looks like the Architect Pop-Up Cups will be coming back. Setting for previous Pop-Up Cups tourney still apply to this tournament. With this mode, player structures can now be edited by any player regardless of team status. That is pretty big. You can edit basically everything. Anybody's builds you can edit. Any of your builds you can obviously edit, but now you can edit other people's builds in this game mode, which is pretty insane. I don't know how that's going to work out in a competitive aspect, but should be fun to watch. Looks like this is just an experiment that they are going to be trying, and tournaments will also be featuring leaderboards, which is pretty cool. So you can see the top performers participating in tournaments now require a minimum account level of 10. So now you have to be somewhat experienced in Fortnite to join these tournaments. Quick little performance update. Bug fixes smooth out drops in frame rate. Not too much there. Audio added a few sound in grenades. Bug fixed the emote music overlapping the lobby music depending on the way volume sliders were configured. So now we have the UI show total parties elimination on the HUD if your team wins. That's pretty helpful because after a squad win, we always tried to do simple math and seems to never figure out the total eliminations, but I'm glad that now it is on the HUD if your team wins, so that is pretty neat. Added additional models to the cycle modest list when viewing wraps in the battle pass or item shop. The party colors have restored to blue, red, purple, and yellow. Thank God. I didn't know why they added the other colors. Just disgusting. Glad it's back. Rotating the camera on the battle bus no longer has an oscillating / swimming effect on the minimap. Interesting. Fixed an issue in the net debug UI that would cause it to show ping value that was too high. So that is interesting as well. Those are some bug fixes as well if you want to look at those. I'm not going to go over them. Pretty simple bug fixes. So if you've had any of these problems, they are fixed now. We'll move over to art and animation. Celebrate Super Bowl with a new Los Angeles Rams and New England Patriots uniform added to the 4th down outfit set. Drop in and represent your favorite team. So it looks like some football skins are going to be coming back, which is always cool. I love the football skins. All players who previously purchased the 4th down set will be granted these variants. Oh, sweet. First, and then next we have the replay. They fixed a couple bugs. You can look over those guys, and if you see any that you had some problems with, they are now fixed. Next, we're going down to social. The streamer mode settings have been replaced with 2 different settings: anonymous mode and hide other player names. So anonymous mode, this will display your name as anonymously to all players that are not in your squad, but your account info will still be attached to reports. So all you little hackers, don't try to get in anonymous mode and think that you're actually anonymous. And we also have hide other players' name, which is basically will just hide all the players' names in your game. And then last, we do have the mobile. So the big one was the mobile control support. So it does look like controllers will be able to be used on mobile now. So all you mobile people, you'll be able to use controllers now. So that is going to be it for the update, guys. Pretty beefy update, not gonna lie. A lot of content, a lot of fixed things, which is always great. And if you guys did like this video, make sure you guys leave a like on it for some more update videos. If you guys are new, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel as well. It helps me out a lot. Make sure you guys put down in the comments like and sub so you guys can get in the shout out for the next video. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.